I've not seen this, so we're watching this together as friends on the internet.
Fuentes said two stupid things last week. I would like to make fun of him for it. Here we go.
But Christians and Marxists need to team up. The Marxists need to become Christians because, the tech people hate Catholicism for the same reason they hate Marxism. They call Catholics Marxists, and they call Catholics Marxists because Marxists have many of the same critiques of capitalism that Catholics do, which is that it lacks humanity and alienates us. And Catholics aren't necessarily in favor of like a Marxist economic system. I'm not a Marxist, and I'm not a communist. And of course, the communists persecuted the Christians, but there are some similarities that are not shared by this like Nietzschean, techno-optimist, effective accelerationist, neoliberal right wing, which is basically they say they're defenders of humanity, but they're actually anti-human.
So he's saying that Marxists and Christians should team up because his opinion is that the super rich are acting in a way that is contrary to his Catholic perspectives. What's really weird about this is that, number one, he's completely correct that Marxists persecuted Christians. I don't know if you guys know this, but Russia had state atheism under communism, and they ruthlessly sought out the Orthodox that were in Russia and like tortured them and humiliated them into stop being Christian. The other thing that he did is that you may have heard this quote. This is a quote from Karl Marx about religion that says, religion is the opium of the masses, because it's like his perspective, from his communist perspective, was that religion was sort of a consolation prize given to the masses to help them deal with the inequalities that were brought on by the capitalist system. Because capitalism creates suffering, it was easier for people to instead of trying to make their world better, they would instead just ignore it and kind of think like, I'll don't worry about it. When the afterlife comes, it'll be great. We'll be in the paradise with God, and we won't have to worry about all this and all this inequality and all this terrible stuff. So that was Karl Marx's perspective, was that religion was just like a thing that dummy poor people would tell themselves to sleep at night, so they wouldn't have to actually do anything during the day to bring about the glorious revolution and topple capitalism and monarchism. So there's very little respect, especially considering that he said the Marxist and the like, very specifically the Marxists have a very low opinion of you, even just because of that. The other thing is that there's already a Catholic theory for the economy called distributism. Distributism is interesting. It's kind of like libertarian socialism. And the idea is that there shouldn't be large companies. Every company should be broken up. Every region should have its own kind of local giants and successful stores, but they shouldn't be allowed to conglomerate to create like multinational corporations that dominate everything. And that's a much more interesting perspective than Marxism, which is a child's idea of how the world should work. It's also a very interesting perspective for Nick Fuentes in particular, because if I am not mistaken, Karl Marx was Jewish, and for him to openly kind of endorse Marxism like that, not really endorse Marxism, but speak highly of it, strange. Seems off-brand to me, chat. Sorry, not to speak about politics too much. I just thought that was particularly retarded. There's one more thing from him. This is about Peter Thiel. This is a 4-minute long clip. I'm not sure if I'll play all of it. However, I will play some of it because whenever you hear Nick Fuentes talks, he's kind of like this. He's kind of like leaned over, dull, disaffected, especially when he's reading super chats. He just doesn't really seem to give a shit. He seems kind of bitter and jaded. the dude never really has any joy. Like, anytime I hear him talk, I never hear, like, what does this guy live for? Why does he get out of bed in the morning? What does he aspire for? What does he want? He always just seems so sad and mopey. However, I have heard this clip, and it made me laugh because it was the first time I've ever heard Nick Fuentes seem so excited for something, especially after January 6th. He's so excited for it. And what he's excited for is literal homosexual gossip. This guy is super, super eager. He's so happy he got this super chat because he's about to go off for 5 minutes about gay rumors surrounding Peter Thiel. Let's take a listen, chat.
123 sent $5. Sam Altman has gas masks from the IDF in his apocalypse bunker. Also, did Peter Thiel kill his ex?
Some say that the ex was thrown off of a building. Yeah, Peter Thiel's ex-boyfriend who embarrassed him at a party. Dude, read the story about this. One of Peter Thiel's ex-boyfriends committed suicide by throwing himself out of a building. And this happened after, let me set this up for you. So Peter Thiel is married to a guy, but he has this boyfriend. And the boyfriend's like younger, and I think he's like Hispanic. And not me, by the way, just like some like I think he's like a darker skinned like Hispanic guy. So Peter Thiel's carrying on this affair with this younger guy. Peter Thiel hosts this big party in Miami. I think Miami Beach holds this huge, lavish party. Everybody's there. And Peter Thiel's there with his husband. And the husband sees that the boyfriend is there. And the husband says loudly, "Why is he here?" And like it's like record scratch. The whole party stops and everybody looks. And Peter Thiel has to throw the boyfriend out of the party. And they say that the boyfriend was so embarrassed. And Peter Thiel cut him off, kicked him out of his condo in West Hollywood and, cut him off financially. He was so despondent that he killed himself after that. That was the rumor. That's the story. But could you imagine? This is who's funding the right wing. So Peter Thiel is there with his gay husband, and the husband goes, "Peter, what is he doing here? What is he doing here?" And it's like record scratch, and everybody looks, and the boyfriend's like dancing, the boyfriend's voguing or whatever. And Peter Thiel's like, Peter Thiel's like sweating profusely, cold and clammy. So I think that like you need to go. I think that you need to leave this party. This is what's going on. This is what's playing out in the new right. Okay. That's J.D. Vance's mentor. Okay. And that is the vice president of the United States mentor. That is the mentor of the vice president of the United States. J.D. Vance was made by Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel picked him up and brought him into venture capital and then gave him $15 million and a Trump endorsement to become a U.S. senator. That is who made J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance founded Rockbridge Network and is actually also an investor in Rumble, this platform. That is who is behind Sovereign House, Ethereum, Remelia, all of these different publications, IM 1776, Passage Press, Curtis Yarvin. Okay, that's who's behind all of it. Okay, just so you understand. J.D. Vance with Usha and his boss Peter Thiel, and Peter Thiel's throwing out his boyfriend. What is he doing here? Peter.
Bro, I do a pretty good gay voice when I got to, but this dude's like on the next level.
And his boss, Peter Thiel. And Peter Thiel's throwing out his boyfriend. What is he doing here? Peter Thiel.
It's so good. It's like, you can't accidentally do that. Like, you try to do a lispy gay, it's like, oh my god, that's super gay. That's practice. I've been doing the gay voice on demand for years for this program, but he's got it mastered. He's practicing that shit.
I thought we were married. What is he doing here? Seriously. You said you were through with him. You said we were done with him, Peter. What about us? And Peter goes, I think it's time for you to leave. That's my Peter Thiel impression.
He's very proud of that one. There's the tag. Make sure to follow him if you want more. Here's a picture of him from like 6 years ago. Great. Oh, God. And then this. I don't know. I don't like giving this attention because I feel like anytime you talk about this, people get like, oh, my God, you're just trying to slander the poor man. You're just trying to slander the poor man. This guy came out and said that he was gay, a gay lover of Nick Fuentes. And to be fair, he looks the type. All the little cat boys that come out of America First and say there's sussy stuff happening. They all got the look. They all look like f***ing clones. Let's see. Oh, he made tweets saying that Fuentes' dick was small. He would never sleep with him again. Nick Fuentes is a gay dude, though. He sucked on my big toe in his Ford Mustang 5 years ago and came in his pants. I don't know. People said that this is credible. I will leave it up to the viewer. It's in the Nick Fuentes thread. It's in the feature thread. It could just be a gay man trying to get attention. Who knows? I don't. If I think that Nick Fuentes is like actively poisoning people's brains. If he's gay or not is kind of irrelevant to the point when it comes to him. It's not like with it's not like with what's her face? Who's that really ugly ginger? God, I can't think of her name. I'm kind of proud of that. It's like Peachy Things or something? No. Hold up. Pearl Davis. Okay. Pearl Davis. Yeah, just pearly things. Pearl Davis is like a coal burner. She goes... I like making fun of Pearl Davis is great because she comes out there and is like, women like me are dumb whores. Women are so fucking stupid. And guys need to man up. And then she's just choking on black all day long. And it's like, you're fucking disgusting. And you think you have any room to speak about how other people should date? Are you fucking nuts? It's my personal joy to inform more people that Pearl Davis is a fucking whore for the brown man. That's stupid.